People are really hot when they're coming in, they're leaking sweat.
How hot was it yesterday? So hot people weren't just dripping sweat. According to that woman, they were leaking it. And we're talking highs 90s at least again today. Plus, we'll have the number to call if you need help beating the heat. And
there's a sign up on the wall that said dial, I think 311, and I did, and it came within a week, and they installed it for me, and it was a piece of cake.
We take a look at the local program providing more than 15,000 units to help people stay cool. Then later.
So I wanted to show you something.
Okay, what do we got?
We got,
Briefcase.
Yep.
Swifties won't be shaking this off anytime soon. Taylor's got a brand new album on the way, and while we don't know the release date yet, it's already sparking major excitement. All the details ahead on your News at Noon. We start today's newscast with a live look at downtown Portland from our Rose City Skycam. Temperatures could still be nearing 100 in the valley today. That's the reason behind our KGW weather impact alert. So Rod Hill is standing by in the Weather Center with the latest on today's extreme heat warning. Rod.
And for Portland, you just showed the Rose City camera, China. 85 degrees right now matches where we were 24 hours ago. 24 hours ago, we got up to 99 degrees. So it stands to reason we're going to be close to that once again. This is the third day of the heat wave. This is the final day. Confidence remains high that we will be much, much, much cooler statewide starting tomorrow. But for this afternoon, same areas, the Willamette Valley north up into Clark County, but not Calais County in the extreme heat warning for temperatures that could approach 100. That includes you folks in the gorge. That includes you folks over in Central Oregon. And I want to remind you that there's also, for the first time during this heat, a red flag warning in Central Oregon. That simply says it's been hot, it's been dry, working out in grass, dry grassy fields. You know, it wouldn't take much for a spark to start a brush fire, so you're asked to keep that in mind rather. Here's a look at the blue sky, and there's that 85-degree temperature. Winds are calm. If anything, they're going to turn a little bit more to the northwest as we go through the afternoon hours. Salem, interesting, is still running well ahead of Portland at 88 degrees at noon. Again, you folks have cracked 100 the last couple of days. So the question is, will you get back to 100 today? You might. You're at 88 right now. The Dows we know was at 105 yesterday. Let's see where you are. 93 degrees at noon. Pretty good confidence you're going to be back up to 100 degrees. Again, that extreme heat warning is the Valley, Clark County, the Gorge, and Central Oregon. So with all that said, I've got Portland at 98. If I'm right, we would be 1 degree shy of where we've been the last 2 days, which was 99. And we will still be 90 at 8 o'clock if you have evening plans. This heat warning will expire later this evening. We'll wake up to a brand new pleasant weather pattern tomorrow. That 7-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Ron. Meantime, Multnomah County leaders declared a state of emergency yesterday in response to this week's extreme heat. 3 cooling centers in the county are opening again today until 9 o'clock. Other spaces like libraries and malls are also offering extended hours to allow people to catch a break from the heat. Officials are also reminding people to stay hydrated and out of the sun, check on their neighbors, and call 911 if they detect heat stroke. They also say it's important to know what the resources are.
We recommend that residents sign up for local alerts and safety tips at oralert.gov, and they can also reach out to 211info.org or call 211 for information on cooling shelters and community resources.
And if you text the word heat to the number there on your screen, 503-226-5088, we'll text you back with a link to information on cooling centers, splash pads, and other local resources to help escape the heat. And speaking of other resources, a Portland program is helping people stay cool with free AC units. Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz has more on Cooling Portland.
Well, this is a free AC program that some are already taking advantage of. I want to step off screen here and show you what we're seeing here in Northwest Portland. You can see those windows are open and some AC units actually poking out of them. Now, a few years ago, many tenants here and across the city didn't have air conditioning. That's changing due to a city program that now offers more than 15,000 units provided through Cooling Portland, all for free. This program was the city's response to the heat dome of 2021, when 72 people died from heat-related reasons in Multnomah County. 94% of them died in their homes. One actually lived here at the Northwest Tower Apartments, Yesterday, we spoke to a resident here who says she learned about the free air conditioners this spring. She says installation was easy.
There's a sign up on the wall that said dial, I think 311, and I did, and it came within a week, and they installed it for me, and it was a piece of cake.
Just around the corner from the apartment building here in Northwest is one of the county's 3 daytime cooling centers. Program managers tell us 26 people stopped by to cool off and hydrate Monday evening.
Folks can come in and get some air conditioner, get some water, get some snacks, get some clothing and other resources.
And as this heat wave continues today, many are hopeful those cooling centers will continue to be in place. Now, as for those air conditioners, it's a pretty easy process to see if you qualify. All you have to do is call 311 and find out if you do qualify for those AC units. If so, the process is pretty easy. All you have to do is sign up, and the installation comes at any time. They're doing these year-round, so there's no reason to sit and wait. In Northwest Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
In other headlines this afternoon, a search for a missing fisherman is suspended along the Oregon coast. He was on a boat that capsized near Newport Sunday afternoon. The Coast Guard was able to rescue 3 other people that were on board. KGW's Alma McCarty has more on their search efforts.
After a long evening and early morning on the ocean, slightly south of Newport, rescuers called off the mission to find the final crew member of a sunken fishing vessel.
Very tough decision for the Coast Guard to make to suspend. It's never an easy thing for us. It's, it weighs heavily upon, especially the members that are there.
Petty Officer Steve Strohmeyer with the U.S. Coast Guard explains where the 40-foot vessel Das Bug took on water and sank.
This did not happen right in between the jetties or what we call the bar. That's one of the more dangerous areas when that, tide and the ocean and the river are all meeting up at one time, and it can cause hazardous issues. But this was a little bit offshore, a little bit south of that area, but the ocean's just dangerous at any point.
Although the Coast Guard was able to rescue 3 fishermen within a half hour, a 4th person is still missing, unaccounted for after the boat capsized.
The bottom was facing up, and they didn't have life jackets on at the time. So obviously one of the biggest things is that they wanted to get to something that was going to keep them safe. So they were able to swim over to the hull.
Crews got the 3 fishermen to the hospital where they were treated for hypothermia.
And this was just a tragic incident on a beautiful summer day. So, send our deepest condolences to the family and the friends of this individual that's missing.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Meantime, a homicide investigation is underway after one person was found dead following a shooting at a motel in North Portland. Just before 8 o'clock last night, officers were called to do a welfare check at the Super Value Inn on North Interstate Avenue. When they got there, they found a man dead from a gunshot wound. Police say the suspects left before officers got there. And the Washington County Sheriff's Office started a homicide investigation after body parts were found in the Tualatin River. They say a kayaker found a body part last Friday near Rood Bridge Park in Hillsborough. The next day, searchers found another one.
From the level of decomposition that we've seen on the body parts that we have found, it does seem like this is a more recent incident, but we haven't been able to determine how long it's been.
Investigators say they don't believe there's any ongoing threat to the public. The man accused of murdering 4 Oregon women has pleaded not guilty to his new charges. Jesse Calhoun's plea comes after a grand jury indicted him in connection with the death of 22-year-old Kristen Smith. Smith was reported missing in December 2022. Her remains were found in a field in southeast Portland in February of the following year. Calhoun faces a total of 4 counts of second-degree murder and 4 counts of abuse of a corpse. His trial is set for 2027. Law enforcement in L.A. found the black BMW believed to be driven by the suspect in a double stabbing in Longview. Alexander Rogers is wanted in connection with the murder of Don Peters and attempted murder of Andrew Peters at this home last Tuesday. Investigators say video evidence suggests that he's still in the Los Angeles area, so Longview police are planning to go there to help continue the search for Rogers, who's described as armed and dangerous.